Hi, welcome back to Shady NY. If this is the first time you're joining us, thank you. And if you've been here before, welcome back. We appreciate you joining us here at Shady NY. We are part-time resellers with eBay, Etsy, and Poshmark. We mainly do vintage and vintage hard goods. How did that come out? Vintage hard goods, vintage jewelry, thread-up unboxings, jewelry unboxings, auction hauls. My husband does picking trips, but we also do AC ride-alongs and remodeling of a 1934 farmhouse. In addition, we also do a little bit of our life, just showing you how we're doing. But thanks so much for joining us. Also, I want to be sure to reiterate, yesterday we did a 100 subscriber video. If you haven't already subscribed and gone to that video and commented, please do so. It's a great giveaway for a thread-up box and some mystery items. So be sure to go over there. I'm gonna put it, I'm not sure if it's here or here, but I'm gonna link the video up above. In there, we asked for comments of ideas for future videos. The response was amazing. Thank you so much, and continue to give us more and more ideas. It is just amazing. We did get a request for jewelry jars from, I believe I'm pronouncing it right, I hope so, Melissa Maria. She had a great idea to do jewelry jars, and the funny thing of it is I had just picked one up, and I hadn't had time to get to it because I think it's gonna take me a little bit. At a antique vintage shop, behind the counter, they had some beautiful jars, just jam-packed full of jewelry, and this was one I picked up. This one says Victorian Vintage Art Deco Brooches Pins, Sterling Enamel Fur Clips Sash Belt, Sash Belt, $100. And I looked at it, and it is heavy as you just, it's heavy like crazy. What I'll do is I'll weigh it, because I'm gonna do it face down, but I'll weigh it before I cut it open. That way I'll see how heavy it is. But it is amazing. And when I'm doing face down, I will do a shot of it so you can see the preview. The lady behind the counter said there should be over or near, she thought, 100 brooches in here. And I can already see that there is a Victorian sash right here. There's enamel, definitely quite a bit on this side. Some of the enamel flowers. So here's a fur clip right here. So I jumped right in. I'm like, bring it over. When I saw them, I'm like, oh my gosh. They had a few of them, but this was the least expensive, and it was $100. So I decided to do this one. Hopefully, if this is a success, they will still have some, or maybe some others. But I would love to get more of these if this is a good jar. Thank you again. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell to all. If you see anything in this video, be sure to send me an email. Hi, welcome back. Here is the jewelry jar. Here is my scale, and it's 5 pounds, 2.1 ounces. Okay, that's heavy. Most of it probably is the glass. So here we are. I'm going to give you a preview. That's a sash pen right there. Looks like enamel, enamel, enamel. Enamel, enamel. Victorian, maybe Victorian. And that's a fur pen, it looks like. This looks great. Fingers crossed, guys. This is my official first jewelry jar. Okay, let's cut into it. Okay, we're in. Is this gonna pull right off? Loudly, yes. And they just used it with some packing material. Okay, here we go. I guess I'm gonna lay it on its side and pull some out. And we're gonna see, whoa. Okay. Here we have God Bless America. Just a lapel pin. Nice. I'll give that to my husband. Here is that sash pin. If you're not familiar with what a sash pin is, this is a Victorian, and they used to wear sashes for their belts, fabric that they would make themselves, and then they would pin this on, and the fabric would come through here, and it would just be a sash pin. Needs to be cleaned up, but that is very nice. Beautiful. Here we have a Aurora Borealis gold tone magnetic pin. Very nice. Here is a porcelain pen with a C-clasp. Oh, this one was a C-clasp also here. So C-clasp were in use generally until the 1920s, a little before the 1920s. But other countries still use them for quite a while. So C-class is a good indication of vintage, however, I mean antique, however, it's not a guarantee. Let's confuse it a little bit, you know? Here is a perfect example of that. This is a C-class, but this was probably a little older, I'm thinking. It is a porcelain Roma San Pedro, Pietro. I don't know, you know, that's my pronouncing things, but it has like gold leaf on the sides. So this could be an early piece. So very beautiful. Here we have gold tone, really thin, has some discoloration, but it's a beautiful flower pen. It says something right there. It says, and this SB stands for Simon Berger, which was a New York company in the 1930s. And it's only worth about $10 to $20. Here is a gold tone in light enameled palm tree brooch. I'm trying to see if it has any signature. I don't see anything, but very nice beachy piece. Here is a cute enamel pin, probably from the 60s or 70s. Roller clasp, has a little ladybug on it. Good color. The edges just slightly missing a little paint, but that doesn't matter. That is just too cute. Beautiful. Here's another flower. This one's a little heavier. It looks like it has a signature right here. This one says Jerry's. Okay. Jerry's was 1950s and went out of business in 1996. Pretty enamel. And it's missing a little edge enamel, but not bad. Very pretty. Gold tone textured brooch. Obviously, I don't need to keep saying brooch. They're all brooches. Okay, this is a Trifari. Can you see that? Okay, this one has the crown. The way it is signed in the little plaque or tag, however you want to say it, tells us the age of the Trifari. Here is the company that has the information on the Trifari, so definitely a good source of information. And if you scroll down to the bottom, it will also give you a lot of information and how it was started and signed. But this is the part right here that if you do this type of thing, definitely print this out, because that is an enormous amount of information on the vintage pieces of Trifari and Crown Trifari. Trifari is still being made today. So this with Trifari with the crown over the T and a copyright sign tells us that it was made from 1955 to 1969. So that's good information. This is in really good condition, and Crown Trifari is very, very sought after. There's a lot of it on the market, but it's still a very popular brand. Oh, fabulous. Here we have a dress clip. No, this is a fur clip because it has the prongs, but it's a light gold tone metal with a blue cabochon glass, and then it has painted flowers with filigree. It has a little bit, not much, but a little bit of verdigris right here. That's a easy fix because it's not too bad. It's just starting. Verdigris is incredibly contagious. If you put this next to other jewelry that doesn't have it, it will start getting on those pieces. And if left to no repair, it will start eating the metal. Look it up online, but there's tons of ways to address that issue. I should do a video on that. You can use vinegar, you can use ketchup, you can do a scratch and clean it all up and then use the vinegar. But there are a lot of different things. But I might do that. I might do a video on the best way to get rid of verdigris. I'm going to put this over to itself so it doesn't touch any other pieces. Ah, beautiful. Little bar pen. And it's sterling. Its little back pin is bent a little bit, but it is working order. And that's one of the things when you're buying vintage brooches, pins, be sure that the clasp is working, be sure it's there, it reaches across, it's not bent. Those are important things that people are going to want to know. But a sterling piece, yay, beautiful. That's probably from the 1930s. I'm liking this so far. This is good. This is a little scratched. It's silver tone, skeletal fish, roller clasp, working. I don't see any signature, but that's cute. We have an enamel butterfly textured bag. And there is websites that you can go on to on vintage jewelry and identify makers by the designs on the bag. Just look that up, textured bag vintage, and you can find that. But it's a nice black and white and gray enamel. Very cute. Here is a gold tone green rhinestone flower brooch with rivets in the back. So this is probably 50s or 60s. The roller clasp is working. Nice. Ah, beautiful. Here is a vintage flower brooch. It's not magnetic, but that is old and pretty. It has the C clasp. Needs a little bit of work. All you gotta do is very, very carefully lift this up with a pair of jeweler's pliers, and that will be good as new as long as you're very, very careful. But that is a very pretty piece. Love it. And it has an acrylic top over this beautiful flower that is painted, leaves on the bottom. Nice. Well, isn't this cute? Here we have a little spoon brooch, and it says Fine Arts Sterling. And then under here, it says a patent number right there. So you can look that patent number up, and it's going to probably tell you, let's see, this is tight. Maybe it's not open all the way. Oh, there we go. It's just super tight, but it works. It does turn. Oh, and then there's something here that says, I think that says Southern Colonial. Isn't that adorable? And I think that's a teacup in there. I think, I'm not 100%, but that is too cute. Love it. Goodness, we're doing good with sterling. Ah, here we have a gold tone brooch. And you can tell, see how this extends out to the very end, the little pin back? Example in comparison to, let's say this barely goes to the end of the pin, the roller pin. That tells us that it's definitely a Victorian piece, older. This is glass, and it's really scratched up, but we can try to buff that out. It is oxidized. It's probably brass because it is not magnetic. Beautiful. Goodness, this was great. I love these pieces. Here is a pen back, probably, that one's a little bent. I do not know what this is. It has the lion. It says we'll do it. It's enamel. And there's a little green enamel with some kind of mark right there. Let's see if that will come in. Let me know if anybody knows what that stands for. But that's cool. Here's another piece that definitely has that look of sterling. Has, look at this. Has the older pen, okay? It is a roller clasp. However, it comes out the center. It's super long. It's coming out to the end of the pen. So this is telling us that this is a very much older piece. Very, very nice. Probably on the inside, it's gonna say sterling somewhere. We just have to find it. So that's a really beautiful pen, sterling. All right, here we have a multi rhinestone. There's missing some rhinestones. Little brooch, so that's going to go in a craft. Oh, look at this cute little sash pin. You know, when you find them, they're always dropped down, but these are antiques from the Victorian age, so that's not unusual. And just remember, when you're putting a material in here that's full, it's going to require that pen to be pulled back. It's gonna, the material in here is gonna pull that pen tight. This one's brass also. It might be missing a little stone or rhinestone right there, but it's still beautiful. Look at this cute little hat. Got a lot of these little stickers, little gold stickers. Maybe that means it's gold. I don't think so. Let's see. Here we have a little hat with filigree. This is cantonelle, which is closely related to filigree, but it's built up with coils and scrolls to make a flower or a dome. I don't see any names on this one. I'm sure it's brass. Gorgeous. Ah, here we have a scarf pen. These do really well. So if you find these, definitely pick them up. This one is a very cute shell, gold tone, magnetic. But these do well, you know, maybe not a high-end dollar. However, people like these because they're getting harder and harder to find. Ah, here we have a cyan, which is the country that used to be or is currently Thailand. However, it's broke. The pen broke off here. That looks like it's got some damage to the pen back or the roller clasp. And also there's a little damage here on the enamel. But if you see these pieces, depends on how they're sized. This is a very good piece. I'm putting this one in craft because it is broken. This one's signed. What a pretty piece. Let's see what it says. Right here it says Western Germany. Very pretty. So I'm going to say this is a 50s piece. It is not magnetic, but I'm going to still say it's silver tone with a glass teardrop rhinestone. Very beautiful work. Cute piece. Also shake them, and the roller clasp might come undone. That's something you need to know. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It has a couple little pieces of possible verdigris, but it also could be brass, and the brass sometimes turns, so it just needs to be cleaned up. It looks like these are jade pieces, but a very pretty shell with some jade. Put that over there. Look how tiny this thing is. It's cute as could be. We have a silver tone butterfly, another butterfly in purple and gray, hand painted it looks like. A gold bag. We have another spoon. This one says sterling also right there. Very pretty. Love these spoons. They're too cute. I wonder if those you used back for snuff or other reasons. Always have your spoon with you, or salt. I'm not sure, but it's interesting to think about. Here is another gold tone riveted piece, 50s, 60s, with beautiful red rhinestones. So far, we are doing good. We haven't had a lot of missing stones and things. We only have 2 pieces that had damage. Look at this cute little turtle. A little roller back. I don't see any name. Purple and white glass bead. Bezel set. Adorable. And critter pins are very, very popular. Anytime you have animals, they always do well. Here is an enameled owl with red beaded eyes. The back is also enameled. Cute little roller clasp works. Probably done on brass. Nice. I did want to talk about the critter pins just a little bit more. Remember that people like what they like. If they are a butterfly collector, they want to get a certain butterfly brooches or pins. If they collect owls or turtles or anything, critter pins are very popular. So, you know, don't overpay for them, but the same thing with critter pins, flower pins, person pins. People like to collect a certain type of brooches. I'm going to stop the video today and do a part 1 and a part 2. Because I want to go over some things in a little bit more detail, and just so you can see, I'm going to be doing some comparison to vintage versus current and things such as that. Also, just a little bit of more detail on brooches, what to look for, and I hope you come back for part 2. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you saw anything that you're interested, definitely send us an email and we can send you a PayPal invoice. Check out our other videos. I am going to put in a link up here, as I said, to our contest giveaway. So I want to be sure everybody is giving us comments on that. And be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to all. That way you are getting notification for when we come out with a new video. Give us a thumbs up. And thank you for spending a little bit of your day with us. And have a good one. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow with part 2 of our Jewelry Jar Brooch Fest. Have a good one. Bye.